Dakota Johnson has officially joined the Marvel Universe. Her new superhero flick, Madam Web, lands in cinemas tomorrow.
I'm gonna help you out today, okay?
If you're not across the comics, Cassandra, aka Madam Web, is a psychic who possesses the ability to see and change the future.
Come on! Welcome back to the land of the living.
And in her first big screen appearance, we're learning exactly how Cassie came to be the mystical, powerful figure within the Spider-Verse.
I knew he was gonna die. I think I'm seeing the future.
Lead actress Dakota Johnson admits she took on the role because it wasn't your traditional superhero fare.
I felt very intrigued by the prospect of this being a new version of a superhero film and it being more grounded in reality and accessible and more of a psychological thriller than an outright, big universe. I loved that Cassie didn't have a love interest. Like, it wasn't even an inkling of a storyline. I thought it was great. The dynamic between Cassie and the three girls is really powerful, and the four of them together, they don't really need help from someone else.
Get off the train!
That man's trying to kill you.
What?
Who are you? What is going on?
And that sentiment is shared by her co-leads, Sydney Sweeney, Isabella Merced, and Celeste O'Connor.
Totally. I think it was so much fun to play a character that had her own strengths and her own powers outside of being a superhero. That's what made it so much fun to me, is that we all of our characters found our strengths and our powers internally, and then the superpowers were a plus on top of that.
You don't think this is weird, how we're all connected?
It's honestly like the least weird thing that's happened all day.
Sydney Sweeney is well versed with Australian spiders, having been bitten by a huntsman while making Anyone But You. But as to whether the bite gave her any powers,
I mean, we're in this movie now. Maybe.
Although the rest of her castmates aren't too keen on the size of our eight-legged friends.
Spiders in Australia are wild.
They're everywhere like that?
You have to check your shoe before you put it on.
They say you eat a lot of spiders on average, like in a year. It's like quite a high number, but I feel like in Australia they got to do a different kind of.
And everything is bigger and more dangerous in Australia. I'm terrified.
It's so
one of my favorite places ever. You gotta go.
I'm surprised you got in the water there. Like, the water scared me.
It is. Well, they had shark ankle monitors thing on us.
Oh,
They're supposed to
sick.
repel the sharks.
Okay. And it worked, I guess.
I don't know who they tested it on, but wow.
Even Dakota isn't a fan of our arachnids. So much so, that might be putting her off a trip to Oz when boyfriend Chris Martin tours later this year.
I respect spiders and I like it when they're away from me. I love Australia. I'd love to visit, but I don't really want to hang out with giant spiders.
He's trying to change what happens. Julia, get down!
Madam Web is our first introduction to these characters on screen, with plenty more to be explored. But the cast admit they're unsure of the future after this film.
Y'all gotta ask Sony. Like, the audience has to harass Sony. Because I think it's gonna work really well, but that's just me,
We'd have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We would. We have a lot more to bring.
Now!
You're showing off.
Maybe a little.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my goodness, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?